Alright, let's get right. Let's get straight into it. Got the immigration crisis. Gotta do a lecture for y'all late night tonight. It's alright. Three things we gonna talk about tonight. Alright. In that gym, doing my push-ups. I know y'all see. Yeah. Alright. Immigration crisis. Let's get it. Let's meditate first. Always breathe through your nose, by the way. Breathing through your mouth is not good for you. Keep staying away from that fluoride, too. It's fucking it up. Okay. Let's get into it. Immigration crisis. This is gonna be a quick little lecture, but I'm gonna get y'all right. Black people was not supposed to be in America for as long as we've been. After slavery, white people thought, we would end up going back to Africa. Not all of us, because most of us was already here. But they didn't realize they created their own problem. And one of the reasons I think they created that problem, they didn't give us reparations. If they would have gave us reparations, we would have went on our own. We was already building our own businesses, homes, grocery stores, and all that. If they would have gave us reparations on top of that, we would not depend on the white man at all. But the white man created his own problem. The slave masters did a good one on us black people. We wanted to stay around him. Stockholm Syndrome. We wanted to stay around him as much as we could. We looked at him as the master still, and still do to this day. Always sick when I do a lecture. Goddamn. Yeah. He created his own problem. We wanted to stick around with the slave masters. So, especially once they started burning all our shit down, which that's another lecture. Gonna stay that for the Black Wall Street and the Jim Crow era lecture. There will be a part 2 to this. That one we'll be talking about the Asian side, the Asian and white, and European white America coalition. That'll be part 2 to this video. But yeah, we started depending on the white man for everything. And I mean everything. And now we depend on him for everything. Businesses down. Black businesses. Black funded businesses is down. But we're going to make a rise soon. But yeah. They created their own problem, and black people started to depend on the white man and still do more than ever. Because of this white power structure, the white elites had to come together and think about this. Now, my ideology, this is what they said. Okay, we can't get rid of them physically, or we can't even get away from them physically. If we move, they will move with us. And that's a fact. Example of that. That's why white people, the rich white people, moved out of the city. Because black people moved to the city. At first, on all the plantations, they were in the suburbs. They were in the field areas. The black people, they were with them there. That's where they had always lived. White people moved to the cities. They moved to the cities in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Black people, again, followed them. 90s, 2000s, 2020s, now, white people have moved back to the suburbs, and I guarantee you, I'm already seeing it, black people, we are going to start doing it also. We're going back to the suburbs. So, they realize it's going to be tough to get rid of us. So, they've got to do this. They gotta bring someone else in. Because this has to be done. This has to be done strategically, but not only strategically, it has to be done realistically. It has to be done more realistically than logically, because logic, a lot of emotion plays into this, and that will overcome the logic of black people, because we react off of emotion. So, how can we get them to get out of here? Even if it means killing them, which they don't care about. They have no problem killing us. One of the things we could do, we need to bring in the Hispanics, Mexicans, whatever you want to call them, Latinos. Shout out to my Latino Africans, shout out to my Hispanic Africans. Shout out to my Mexican, Afro Mexicans. But regular Hispanic, Mexican, Latinos, I gotta get on your head a little bit. Let's bring them in, since they're kind of living bad. We can't ask the people in Canada. It won't work. We can't ask the people in Europe. The only people in Europe we can really ask are the Asians, because they can get something out of it. And they give us a lot of things. So this would be a favor towards them for making all our clothes and all that. That's a whole coalition. I'm going to save all that for part 2. But yeah, let's get the Mexicans. They're living bad in Mexico. Let's bring them over here. Now, what will we have them do? We need to make them think we care about them. That's what we need to do. What are they trying to accomplish? Getting the blacks to move out. Now, there's 3 things that they were trying to get done. First, get the jobs. We need to get the Mexicans the black jobs. Trump wasn't lying. They're taking the jobs. Why do they have to take the jobs? If black people have the money, they are going to continue to go around white people. They're going to move wherever white people go. Raise the prices. Black people do not work for free, including myself. We don't work for free. White power structure said we will use that against them. let's raise, not only are we gonna raise the cost of living and inflation, which is one of the big reasons I believe the inflation thing really started, was because of this black race elimination. Not only are we gonna raise the inflation, we're gonna keep the wages the same. Now, it will not affect the white race, the Asian race, and I'm not saying it's not affecting nobody in these races, but compared to the black race, we are affecting most. It will not affect the white, Asian, or Hispanic race the way it does black people, because even if, and I've seen online, white people, let's start with white people. Well, first thing first, Asians and Hispanics, they have well, not Hispanics yet. Asians have a hate bill. The Hispanics, they're getting all the benefits, but we're gonna get to that in a second. White people, they're taking a lot of the government benefits now, Social Security, and all that, food stamps, stuff like that. A lot. White people have the biggest percentage of food stamps right now as a race. Black people, I wouldn't be surprised if we're the lowest. But yeah, so because of that, we have no benefits. There is no black benefits. We're gonna get to these little fake programs too that they pulled. But yeah, so we need them to get their jobs. These Mexicans, they're living terrible in Mexico. They just want to take care of their family. They don't cover where they at. They just want to take care of the family, put food on the table. We're good. And on top of that, we're gonna give them some EBT cards. You know, maybe a stimulus check, $1,000 a month for each family. How about that? Yeah, that was a great bill. Um, for the white power structure. Black people, it's working. It was the first step. Get the jobs. The Mexicans come in. They don't care what they're getting paid as long as they're getting paid enough. They're getting money on top of it anyway, $1,000. Plus they're getting food stamps, probably getting EBT and all that. So they don't need much pay. The blacks, they are not getting that stuff, so they're gonna need that pay. We're gonna need it, and we will quit, or you have to fire us. um, Instead, and it's playing right into their favor. They know we're gonna quit, and they're gonna bring in the Mexicans to do it, whatever it is. Fast food. Look at the fast food restaurant, McDonald's. All you see is Hispanics, Mexicans. The fields, God bless the fields. Construction, like those black jobs that Trump was talking about. That's what he's talking about. So a lot of it is going away, and it's going to the Spanish Mexicans. And then once we lose the jobs, we either have to leave somewhere else or become homeless. And what does that lead to? Is their second step, gentrification. When you see all these black people leave at one time, boom, one white establishment comes in the neighborhood. It could be a full black town. Some black people in this apartment, 3 or 4 had to leave. Brought in more white people. My bad. Actually, it's gonna bring in the Mexican who's getting food stamps and all that. The Mexicans, they don't care about their surroundings. When I mean surroundings, like who owns the building, they don't care about that stuff. As long as they're doing good for their family. What is that gonna do? Well, since black people are leaving and white people are the ones paying the Mexicans, who do you think is gonna have the power in that town now? It's gonna be the white people of that town. They're gonna take all this whole black town, one building by one, whether it's a schools, restaurant, grocery store, whatever it is. businesses, one building by one, they're gonna build and slowly make this into a white town. The Mexicans will be staying there and are perfectly content with it. The white people are paying them good, they're taking care of their families, and they're getting things done. They're doing exactly what they want. The blacks, they're having to move out. They can't really buy their land back because they don't have the job to pay for it, because they've raised the white power structure, raised the cost of living on purpose just so they would have to leave. And some of them become homeless on the street, literally on the street, looking at other people moving to their apartment. Even crazier, I've actually heard they drop after enough blacks move out, they drop the rates of, let's say if it's an apartment or something like that, they will literally drop the prices once. And I haven't looked into this too much, but I'm about positive. They will drop the prices once enough blacks have left, and it is officially a white town. And I'm also gonna get into when it's officially a white town with these scholarships. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get it at. Now, when these schools or restaurants come in and say, "Hey, black homeless, we see y'all homeless. Black teen moms, black ex-felons," it's disguised as help, but it's really not. Now remember, it's gentrification. Gentrification is all it is. You're pushing the blacks out, making it a white town. You're just putting over the black town, and you're putting over the white town on the black town, and you're erasing the memory. New York, that part, Central Park, used to be a black town. Used to be a black town. There's this one, I want to say, is it Thomasville in Georgia? Something like that. Used to be a black town. Now that was bomb, but that's another conversation. That's not gentrification. That was just a bombing. But yeah. Make sure my phone don't die. Yeah. Now when they bringing these schools and business, ex-felons, teen moms, and all this, homeless blacks, it's disguised as hell. They want to disguise that they actually care about black people, and they're the ones who did this to them in the first place. These people are sick. Not all white people, but now all white people are racist though, because we've talked about this. Racist, that means you're just benefiting from the benefits. If you can't take your white privilege away, then you are racist. Doesn't mean you're a bigot. Doesn't mean you're a mean person. You can actually be nice to black people. You can even date or marry black people, and you'll still be racist. But let's go on. Schools and restaurants come in, give these blacks some jobs with these helpful programs. Now, temporarily, they're helpful, but what they're doing is in these programs, they're getting people to first. And remember, it's a trick. You see, it's a trick to get them to. Oh, I don't want to say forgive, but almost forget about that this was a black town, and this white establishment has been here. And also, and I'm forgetting one part. I'm thinking about like what once they get in, enough money for these programs, I'll have to rethink on that. Once they get in these programs, get to buy it in the programs. Because I'm trying to give y'all a reason. And I know the reason, I just gotta think about it real quick. Let me pause the live real quick, y'all. Gotcha, y'all. We're back at it. I was on the right track. That's what was messing me up. I was actually on the right. I was thinking about too hard. They're gonna bring in the programs once they gotta kind of still make it like they mess with black people. Once this city and town is fully gentrified in a white town, they will take these programs away. We don't need you black people anymore. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. We don't need you anymore. We're taking the programs away. We have the white town. They're pretty upfront with it. They're gonna shut the programs down once the town, or not back, once it is a white town. We don't need you anymore. We kept you here to make it seem, that there were still black people here and that we cared about you, but we don't. But yeah, that's gentrification part. Get these black people up out of here. Get these Mexicans in, so the black people have nowhere to work. So they either have to sell drugs or something like that, or kill someone, and they'll constantly be in prison because we didn't give them the economics to live, survive, and provide for their families. Now, the third and final step, and I may be missing something with the gentrification thing, but I'll come back to it. Third and final thing. Oh, and also with the gentrification, once we ship them out and they're homeless or broke, even if they move, they won't have the economics to keep up with us to leave in the suburbs. That's also a plus for them. Mexicans, they're okay with them staying there. They're not looking to gain any power. They just want to feed their families. You will not get any attitude from the Mexicans. They'll wake up 6 a.m., work for 12, 14 hours. As long as you pay them what they need, not even what they want, as long as they can take care of their family, they're good. And that's why the coalition works amazing. Third and final thing. Give them the jobs, give them the gentrification. Last thing, the last motive, we need that vote. These black people aren't voting for the Democrats as much as they used to. They're seeing through it, myself included. Y'all see what I got right there. Come on now. He doesn't care about black people either, but he's real. But yeah. Neither party cares about the black race. In fact, black people shouldn't be mad about the Democrat or Republicans because none of that stuff matters to us. That is a white corporate America agenda to distract us. But the presidents don't really have power. It's the Congress, the Federal Reserve, and the legislative, executive, and the judicial branch. But let's go on. Voting. We're not falling for the Democrats anymore. White people said, okay, when these Mexicans come in, who do you think they're going to thank after all that we've given to them? They're not going to thank you, blacks. They're not going to thank the Asians. They're going to thank us. And what better way to thank us? We need your vote. And this is specifically a Democrat agenda, which is why they're sending a lot of the migrants to Democrat states. Chicago and New York specifically. Also Pennsylvania. I stay in North Carolina, and they're already doing it in Greensboro. But yeah, we're going to send them to these Democrat states to get their vote. And now, I don't know if y'all know this, they are no longer requiring a certain I don't even want to say background check. You don't have to be a legal citizen this year to vote. Y'all want to know why? Y'all know this. Come on now. If y'all been on the channel watching, y'all know why. Them migrants are not legal. They have to give them an opportunity to vote. They would not be able to if you had to be a citizen, a legal citizen. So they're going to take out the legal citizen part in the voting requirements. So now, these migrants can give all their Democrat votes. They can give every single bit of it. So now, black people, You can complain all you want. We don't need you at our job. We don't need you in our houses. None of this. We don't need you to do anything for us. All you do for us is entertain us. Dance, nigga. Play basketball, nigga. I saw a goddess talk about that one time. We are too distracted on looks and images and not power and economics. And yeah, we're focused on entertainment a little too much. And we're not seeing what's really going on. Even if we're seeing it, we don't care. But we'll start to care once it really hits the damn fan. Because they are eliminating us one by one. That's when the fan will hit. When we're out of here, like when we're out of here, when we're being killed constantly. Not even just killed, just homeless and all that. It's already happening. It's just it'll get worse. But yeah, with the votes, black people, we don't need you anymore. The Mexicans will give our vote because you know the Democrat, a lot of their votes weigh on the black community, which is why the Democrats are the one mainly pushing this migrant crisis. Actually, the only ones. They have to do that to keep the vote. They realize black people is losing confidence in the Democratic Party. So now you're still gonna have your blacks that vote Democrat, which is okay. But they realize they're losing a lot of them. So what they gotta do, also Mexicans, we want y'all to vote. And the Mexicans are gonna do it. No questions asked. They gave them housing, cheap housing. They gave them a job. They getting them food stamps and EBT. 1,000 stimulus check a month, $1,000 stimulus check a month per family. And is that in Chicago, I believe? New York, one of them. Ridiculous. Who do you? I actually, it's not even ridiculous. Black people, we just never gotten it, and we don't need to expect it. The government will not fix any of our problems because the government is the one to put the problems put the problems in place in the first place. So we can't expect them to fix our problems, or even try to solve them, or even care about them. So yeah, blacks, we don't need your vote anymore. We got the Mexicans. That right there. Now there is definitely even more I can go into it, but I want to do multiple parts. These was the Mexicans, Hispanics, Puerto Rican, Latino, anything South American. Not not anything, not Haitian, because Haitian, God bless them, they don't even have a government. But shout out to my brothers and sisters in Haitian. But make it through. Got the gang, got the members running that hoe. But yeah, blacks, we don't need your vote anymore. You can get the fuck up out of here. I don't care if you're homeless or you die or kill each other, because we don't need you. They're gonna work for us. Um, they're gonna root for us and they're gonna vote for us. So I don't need you anymore. We don't care about your entertainment anymore. Y'all have entertained us for too long. So that's the only thing you're good for. If you're not entertaining us, we don't care about you. So if you don't rap, play basketball, something like that, those type comedian, those type things. Or if you're not willing to be a coon, we don't care about you. Even if you're coon, they'll still cut you off. Candace Owens, they'll still cut you off. So, there's no way to win unless you revolt. But yeah, I had to do this little lecture for y'all. I got a part 2, and we're gonna talk about the Asian side of this. I will do it maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I'll be home tomorrow, start at school back. You know, not gonna let I got a school to prison pipeline lecture. I just have to put it together real quick. I like putting it together for y'all so I ain't, having to look at the notebook like I did in my first couple ones. I could just say it off the top of my head. But yeah, got the white corporate America, white America, and Asian Coalition. The European Asian Coalition. I will have that out by either tomorrow or Saturday. But now y'all know. The migrant crisis. Eliminate the blacks. I'm gonna catch y'all later though.